Okay, morning Mel, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in today. I can see you completed all of your sort of pre-questionnaire and health checks, and you obviously haven't seen the doctor in the last 6 months.
No.
All fit and well?
Yes.
Great, lovely. And you're obviously happy to be treated today.
Yes.
So what's the problem you come in with?
I'm having problems with my right shoulder.
Okay, your right shoulder.
Yeah.
And how long has that been going on for?
Ooh, about 4 weeks.
Okay, and did it come on gradually, suddenly?
I think gradually, really, slowly.
Yeah. And when do you notice it? Are there things that make it worse, better?
More the top range is worse. If I'm lifting heavy things, I notice it's difficult.
Okay. So particularly lifting, I mean, how heavy are we talking? Are we talking can of beans or heavy rucksack? Or
sort of more heavy rucksack as well. So any sort of getting it on your shoulder type.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything that makes it better at all?
Rest works well.
Rest, yeah. How much rest have you given it?
Not a great deal.
Great. And in terms of sort of having had any other treatment on it, have you had any work on it at all?
No, nothing.
Okay, so no other treatment. And the pain or the sort of discomfort within it, would you describe that as constant, or does it sort of happen at just when you're lifting?
Just when I'm lifting, so sat like this it's fine, but
Great.
if especially sudden movements.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's really, really helpful. So what we're going to do as well is we're going to go and work through some movement tests. I'm going to have a bit of a look at your posture. Are you happy for me to might need to sort of touch it and have a bit of a feel of your shoulder and see what's going on in there in the meantime in any event? Are you happy for me to do that?
Yes, no problem.
We'll chat throughout, but once we've done that we can put together a bit of a plan and hopefully get you on the couch and start treating. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, fabulous, thank you.
Brilliant, let's get cracking. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a look at your posture. So that's just for me to look at the way you're stood, if there's anything that jumps out at me that might be causing a shoulder problem. But we do need to look at you as a whole body, so we're going to look from the floor up, so we do need to take account of your feet. So thank you for rolling your trackies up for me, it's really helpful. Are you happy for me to touch your feet and just have a little bit of a feel and see if we can see anything?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Perfect. So what we'll do first, a little feel of your arches. So you've got decent arch space both sides, but actually your right one is definitely a little bit more collapsed. So could be something going on there, maybe something for another day. And again, while I'm at this level, you can look at your knees and again on that right hand side, rolled in a little bit there. So nothing to worry about, it's probably been like that for a while. So as we work up, so hips are nice and level, but then looking at your shoulders, what we can see is actually your left shoulder looks slightly higher than your right. Are you left-handed?
I am, yes.
Yeah, okay, so we're probably looking at a little bit of left side dominance, and you do carry a bag.
Yes.
And is it a rucksack or is it an over-the-shoulder bag?
Over the shoulder.
And do you carry it on your right-hand side?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be potentially a little bit why we've got that, looking at that as well. So a couple of things that we can work with. And can you turn to the side, so 90 degrees to one side. Have a look from the side. Great, so again, we can just see sort of fairly level through your hips, a little bit tilted forwards in your pelvis, but nothing that we're going to write home about. And can you face away from me, please? Perfect. Now we can see really clearly from the back, actually, those shoulders. If you're happy if I just put a hand on your shoulders, that's all right.
No problem.
So you can see that sort of sloping there and that little bit of overdevelopment almost through there, which is interesting. So actually through the back of that right shoulder, you can see your traps are looking quite sore, sort of quite strong. So that's quite interesting. So, and then turn facing the wall for me, please. Perfect, and so all looking fine from there as well. So, great, turn back and face the front. So we'll better have a little bit of a look at you moving, if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect, so now we've done that, what we're going to do next is look at your range of movements. So I'm going to ask you to do a couple of movements and we'll see if there's any sort of pain, discomfort, how well that movement's going for you. So, what I'm going to ask you to do first is with your good arm, so the left-hand side, I'm going to ask you to move that away from your body, straight out to the side and up to by your ear. Cool, and how does that feel?
It's fine.
Perfect, and drop it back down as far across your body as you can go. And how's that feel?
That's fine.
Perfect. And then take a little step sideways, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So out to the side. Is that sort of painful, or is it obviously a little bit less range? So that's interesting.
It's a little bit, I can hear it crunching when I move it, and it's a little bit, it gets uncomfortable to sort of there. I could probably force it past that, but it's not really.
Okay, and when you say uncomfortable, sort of a dull pain or quite sharp?
Dull pain.
Okay, perfect. And then same again, drop your hand down and across your body. And how does that feel?
Pulley.
Okay, where does it feel like it's pulling?
Well, kind of all there.
All through the top of the shoulder. Great, perfect. So stand relaxed again, that's perfect. And the next thing I'll ask you to do is, again, with the good arm first, that left arm first, bring your arm forwards and up in front of you. Yep. And how does that feel on that side?
Fine.
Good. And then drop it back down and out from sort of behind you. Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, good. And same on that right hand side then. Okay, how does that feel up there?
A little bit blocked feeling and a little bit uncomfortable.
And
crunching.
The same crunching. Same thing through the top of that shoulder?
Yeah.
Perfect, and drop it down and behind your body.
It just feels a little bit stretchy kind of there.
Yeah, it looks sort of quite restricted through the front there, so that's really, really interesting. Not to panic at all, it's definitely something we can work with, and it's so we'll have a little bit of a feel next and see what we can do for you.
Okay.
Perfect, so now we've got you on the couch, we're going to have a little bit of a feel and see what the soft tissues are like. Are you happy for me to have a bit of a touch of them?
Yes, no problem.
Perfect, right, so what we'll do is we'll start here onto your rhomboids. How does that feel? That's a bit tender, isn't it?
Yeah, I can feel that one.
Yeah, good, definitely quite tight through there, so that's perfect, we can definitely work with that. And again, let's go up into the traps here, same sort of thing, yes?
Yeah, I can feel that quite nicely.
Perfect. A little bit into your neck there as well. Yeah, scaling, and we'll just compare it to the other side a little bit. It's definitely tighter on that right hand side than the left, isn't it?
Definitely.
Great, and then we'll just have a little bit of a feel going into the infraspinatus out here. How does that feel? So that feels sort of quite tender to me.
Yeah, down the bottom corner there.
Yeah,
there.
Is that about there?
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. I think we've got plenty to work with, so we'll crack on. We'll do a special test next, and then we'll crack on and make a plan.
Fabulous, thank you.
Brill. So the last thing we're going to do is sort of a functional movement. So you said that your shoulder hurts when you're sort of either picking up something heavy or perhaps reaching up above your head. So what we're going to do is, if you can reach up your head, imagine you're trying to get something off a top shelf. So if you could reach up and do that for me. That's a good bit of creaking, isn't it? Perfect. How did that feel?
That one's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then with the other one?
Yeah, I can kind of feel that more.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like quite such a smooth movement. Didn't give you the good click though, but...
yeah, that one won't go.
Perfect, lovely. So a little bit stiff, but no pain through that at all, or a little bit?
Tiny bit, but not massively, just more stiff. I think sort of like I'm being blocked up here.
Okay,
again.
Yeah, so a real block in that movement as you bring your arm up. Perfect, right, let's better make a plan then. Great, so having done all of that, it's really clear you are quite tight and quite sore in that right shoulder. So I think it's something that we can do quite a lot of work to help you with. So my plan's going to be to focus primarily on that right hand side. We're going to work through your traps, particularly sort of upper and mid fibres, so across into the back of your shoulder. The rhomboids, so between your shoulder blades, so we're going to move your shoulder back. So I think you're quite blocked through the entire posterior chain there, so we can do quite a lot. We'll probably find we work a little bit into your neck if you're happy with that, a little bit through here into the sort of the scalenes as well, because when we were palpating they were quite tender through the base of your neck there, so we'll have a bit of a look. What we might also find that we look at is through your sort of infraspinatus, the muscle on the back of your shoulder blade, and depending on how we get on, I'd also quite like to have a little bit of a look at treating through your pecs as well, so just see if we can open up your chest and allow your shoulders to drop down and back a little bit better. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Great, so what we'll do is we'll use a range of techniques, so we'll look at some effleurage with some flowing and gliding techniques, so just to warm everything up, get it moving, petrissage, picking it up and moving it around, as well as a few sort of compressions and maybe we need a bit of a friction in there. So these are slightly more in-depth techniques, can be a little bit invasive, a little bit uncomfortable. At any point if it's too sore, you must just give me a shout.
Yeah, we'll do.
What they can also do is leave you with a little bit of bruising. It's unlikely, but it's a risk, so I have to let you know.
Yeah, no problem.
And as well as that, might feel a little bit sore the day after. So don't be surprised for 24, 48 hours if you're a little bit tender through that.
Okay.
What's also really important is that you drink plenty of water following your treatment. Stay really hydrated for the next, certainly even 24 hours. Make sure you're really on that. And we'll also look at afterwards maybe some stretches to help keep it a little bit better, hopefully, in the meantime.
Okay.
You happy with that as a plan?
Yeah, no, that's good. Thank
Perfect.
you.
So we'll sign the documentation and we'll crack on with treatment.
Fabulous, thank you.